Alright, guys, we are finally wrapping up this list. This time we are checking out Lucidious, Beauty in the Darkness, as requested by Chomot Cruz. And I have loved every song by Lucidious that he has put on this list. But I am glad to wrap it up. I have done majority of this in the past 2 days. So yeah, I've done majority of it tonight. I've got at least 5 or 6 days worth of videos coming up. I schedule them once a day, but considering this one's 5 days old that I just saw when I pulled it up, I think I'm going to make this one go live today along with another one, just because it's new. Hopefully it's popping off. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right up in it. Here we go.
I haven't written for a minute, I fell off the map. Seeking out a train to somewhere I can never catch. Spending time away from people, don't know how to act. Moved away from home, I always said I'm never going back. A friend of
Okay, so it sounds like he took a break. It's been a while. Like I say, I've listened to him during the reactions, but I don't listen to him daily, so I don't know how long it's been since he's put out a song, but it sounds like he's just kind of been living in solitude.
mine just lost a father to a heart attack. Never met the man, but stressing was a part of that.
And that's a huge one. He said his friend lost his father from a heart attack. Stressing was a major part of that. Stress is a killer. That's why you gotta try not to let things bother you, not to get worked up, not to worry about stuff that doesn't matter. Because stress will kill you. 100%. No doubt.
Finding happiness is tricky, proving hard to track. Beauty in the darkness, and that's always been a part of rap. Beauty in the darkness, and that's always been a part of rap. Speaking out on touchy subjects, hoping you can pardon that.
Speaking out on touchy subjects, hoping you can pardon that. That is what I love about rap music. Like people like Adam Calhoun, Tom McDonald, especially Tom McDonald. Like that is his specialty. That is all he does. It just goes for the touchy stuff, the stuff people don't want to talk about. But it's 100% facts. It's true. Like everything that comes out of Tom McDonald's mouth in a song is 100% true. Now, there's a lot of people who don't like to hear it. They get butt hurt. They cry like little babies. But he's just telling you how the world works and how the world is. And like I say, he just said, speaking on touchy subjects, hoping you can pardon that, or however he worded it. But I mean, you gotta pardon it, but at the same time, don't get butt hurt. Just listen to it. Just and really just sit there and think about it. And a lot of times you'll realize they're right, or if you try looking at it through their eyes.
Each emotion you can bet I got a scar for that. Paving through the pain that I've seen and find a bar to stack.
And I like that part too. Each emotion you can bet he's got a scar for that. I mean, it's probably on the heart. Every time every emotion is like damage to the heart, especially like heartbreak, anger, frustration. I reckon that's anger, but just all that. It's just, it's a scar that takes forever to recover. Like if you have a bad relationship, it ends in, say, cheating, or just your significant other going behind your back in other ways. I mean, it takes a while to come back from that stuff. It's like a permanent scar, or if it ain't permanent, it's long term. You gotta meet somebody, and they gotta earn that trust back. You gotta learn that there are people in the world that aren't like that. Because there's a lot of people in the world that aren't bad, but that one bad person will leave a permanent imprint on you.
The most relief I ever feel is when I start a track. Once I finish that, I'm slipping back into a room that's black.
Okay, once he finishes the track, he's going to step back into a room that's black. He's going back to solitude. But that goes back to one or two songs ago I did of his. He said he didn't know if he wrote music, if he would write music if people didn't like it. So basically he didn't know if he would write music if it was just for him or if it was other people. But from what he just said,
you can bet I got a scar for that. Paving through the pain that I've seen and find a bar to stack. The most relief I ever feel is when I start a track.
But he said the most relief is when he starts a track. At that same time in the other song, one or two songs ago that I did, but those are going to upload after this, so you're not going to be able to find them. It'll probably be 3 or 4 days before you see that video. But I explained that people like him and Jelly Roll and the people who do like therapeutic music that actually help people get through life, you know, relate to them. The music helps them just as much as it helps the listener. Like him writing this, it's coming from the heart. It's coming from the soul. He's speaking on his problems. He's speaking on stuff he's going through. It's therapy for him. It's just as much therapy for him as it is for you listening to it.
Once I finish that, I'm slipping back into a room that's black. One of the difficult things that I'm dealing with is envy. I got some guilt and some shame that I find I carry with me. I look around and see all these people who driving Bentleys feeling different than them and wonder sometimes if heaven sent me to.
Another thing I always touch on, he said he feels envy for people driving the Bentleys and stuff. Be happy with what you got and don't worry about what you don't got. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. Just be happy with what you have. Because you could have nothing. There are people with nothing. If you're watching this YouTube video right now, you obviously got something. Just saying. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. You got an internet connection. You either got a mobile device, a computer, a laptop. I mean, you got stuff a lot of people don't have.
Bring the pain to the surface, I know that they're neglected. Went down to Sunday service, hoping I could find a blessing. Try to talk to God, but I got scared to open up his message. Losing sleep over asking if I have his acceptance. Mom's a Christian, my dad was always an atheist. Asking questions was never really a place for this. I turned around.
Now that sounds like a really difficult household to grow up in. His mom's a Christian, his dad's an atheist. Like, I mean, and he said something about asking questions. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick a side. I mean, you don't want to pick your mom over your dad or your dad over your mom. But at the same time, if your dad's an atheist, most of the time you'd grow up atheist. But if your mom's Christian, you'd grow up Christian. But if you live in a house with both of them, I mean, I could see where that would be a really tough situation to figure out what you want to do or how you want to be, you know.
To rap while the rest of the world was angry with dealing with homophobic and racist with no emotion. I hate to say that I'm hopeless, but at the rate that we're going, our race is soon to be over consuming and then disposing with no respect for the ocean. God damn it, the country's broken. We're dancing, we're drinking potion. The answer's under our noses. Is a reminder of something nobody sees. It's not guaranteed that we'll wake up after we fall asleep. My heart is deceived.
And I've said that in a few of his other songs and other people's songs. They mention it. There's no guarantee when you go to sleep you're going to wake up the next morning. That's why I always say when you leave a friend's house, always make sure you tell them bye, tell them you love them. Because you could go home, go to sleep, not wake up. You could get in a wreck on the way home and die. Or they could leave your house and die. You know, your friend might go to sleep and not wake up. I mean, it's just one of those things that leads to regret. I've seen it. I've been through it, you know. You just always want to make sure you let the person know that you care. You want to make sure your last words are good words, you know.
These must have left it stuck in the beat. How are we fighting in this moment when we're lucky to breathe? Please, I just don't understand. I just wish I could extract the love I feel from my fans. Reach my arms around the world and try to give out a hand to all the people who gave up and only needed a chance.
All the people that gave up but only needed a chance. Like, just think on that one for a minute. There's a lot of people who had dreams, hopes, stuff, but nobody would give them the chance or opportunity to do it. But at the same time, I would say they just didn't push hard enough. I mean, you can do anything. You just gotta fight for it, you know?
I see you slipping, I can tell that you've been on it. Thinking you've been lost, but I know where your heart is. Tell me why is your heart guarded? Can't you see all of the beauty in the darkness? I see you slipping, I can tell that you've been on it. Thinking you've been lost, but I know where your heart is. Tell me why is your heart guarded? Can't you see all of the beauty in the darkness? Show me that there's beauty in the darkness. Show me.
And I'm just going to stop and comment on the video. Like, this is an absolutely amazing, gorgeous scenery wherever he's shooting this at. Like, I would love to go visit this. Like, just the water, the hills, the rocks, the mountains. Like, this is an amazing location. Like, I'm just mesmerized just by where he's at. I ain't gonna lie, that was cool too. Thunderbolt to, or lightning bolt to the hand. But that's gonna wrap up this reaction. This was Lucidious, Beauty in the Darkness. That finally concludes this list by Chomot Cruz. I'm glad that it's over, but I'm also glad that I did it. Like I said, I loved every song. And that was also one of my favorites. I'd probably give that one an S tier too. So we got 2 S tiers, and I'll throw the rest in A tiers. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. And as I've been doing in my past few videos, get creative with it. Click that like button, click that subscribe button, but do it in the most creative way you could possibly think of. And drop it in the comment section how you did it. Nose, elbow, forehead, knees, feet, toes, broomstick, soda bottle. Use your printer, you know. Just go out there. Put it in my comment section. Best one I will put at the beginning of all my videos if you would like. I mean, I'd ask your permission first, but I'm looking for something that's just so creative, so funny that, you know, you see it and you can't help but laugh. I mean, I don't, like I said before, I don't even care if you gotta drop your pants and hit the button, but now that I said that, everybody's gonna do it, so you gotta get more creative than that. But anyway, that's gonna wrap up this reaction. See y'all later.